have an investment in a company called Agrigenome. Somebody from Agrigenome was supposed to come and present, but there is an urgent customer meet and half of the organization is there in Kochi for this particular meeting. It's one of our investments. I'm on the board there. So I'll very briefly explain what Agrigenome does. And before that, I just want to step back for 2 minutes. I think during the break, somebody asked me about gene and genomics, and you've heard that term several times during the, during several speakers mentioning. Let me give you a 1-minute primer on this, and this is for everyone who's probably done 5th standard. You should be able to understand what this is. See, our entire, if you look at our human body, and if you think that our human body is like a book, DNA is the alphabet in this book, or the multiple alphabets which are there in the book is what we call as DNA. These DNAs are various alphabets. When they come together into sentences, that particular sentence is what we call as a gene. And the cluster of genes that you have in a body, whether it is a plant or a human body, that's what we call as genome. The study of genomes is genomics. So DNA, look at DNA as alphabets, look at the gene as just one sentence made out of those alphabets, and look at genome as a, congregation of these genes. All these go into preparing the code for what we call as proteins. And whatever we manifest as people, proteins is essentially what manifests, whether it is your behavior, whether it is the physical attributes, etc. Everything is related to proteins is what it is. So that's the entire side of genomics. Agrigenome does genomics research in the area of agriculture. So which means we work with a lot of plants. So you've seen Ahmed Kotti's presentation where you saw small coconut plants. You've heard of research which is happening in the US where genetically modified food is allowed, where they're turning the shape of tomatoes into cuboids because it is easier to pack, and you can pack more. China is looking at cattle which don't have horns. So it is easy to transport because you don't have horns. They also have, now of course that company is closed, they have what they call as designer pigs. So you can design a pig for yourself, choose the color of the pig and choose the size as well. So you can even make a pig for yourself which can fit into your pocket, etc. So all those are applications of genomics. In Agrigenome, what we do is the services are anybody who needs sequencing work to be done, genome sequencing work to be done, we do that. There is a large bioinformatics or what we call as mathematical computation, because biology requires maths at several stages to analyze. And so we not just do the biological sequencing, we also try to integrate maths and analysis and create meaningful data and reports for you to understand which gene is causing a plant to grow or degrow or decay, or what disease is coming in, etc. Coming back to the earlier gene example, if I have blue eyes, imagine my gene was just a sentence saying that Rajesh has blue eyes. And suppose you want to change the color of blue into green. It's like you edit out the word blue and you put on green or black or brown or whatever. That's what gene editing is all about. There is a technology called CRISPR, which Agrigenome and several other companies use. So again, I refer back to Dr. Narayanan's presentation. These are some things that we have done. Precision farming is what we think is the future. Like in healthcare, we say precision medicine is what we think is the future. So it's important, and it's also important to have multiple plants being able to grow in different circumstances. 5 years back, we didn't think that somebody could make rambutans and dragon fruit and durians in Kerala. We didn't know all that. So people are doing that, right? So I would leave you with just one example, and I often use the much quoted Shivdas sir, who moderated the session in the morning. Shivdas sir says that as an agriculturist, what he wants to see is, the vision he wants to see is a completely grown in Kerala Onam meal. So where you have a Onam Sadhya, you have all the dishes in the Ella, which is made in which is made or grown in Kerala. So if we reach that stage, whether we use technology, whether we use aquaponics or hydroponics, I think that's the end goal, where we are able to use technology to bring the best out of agriculture, and also make agriculture glamorous enough for very bright young women to come into agriculture as well. Thanks a lot. The company's name is Agrigenome, agrigenome.com. You're free to have a look at the website, etc. Thank you.